Sometimes it's hard just being right all the time. I know you're going to criticize, but XRP once again announcing a further partnership, which is incredibly bullish for them. Ripple have been working really hard on making sure that their whole ecosystem is set for this bull run, the final straw, if you will, where cryptocurrency starts to go mainstream. The Genius Act passing, we also see regulation coming, a pro-cryptocurrency president, and Ripple is at the heart of it. So let's break down exactly what's going on, the brand new partner that Ripple just announced, and all of the rest going on with XRP for the last 24 hours. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. So another big partner, and this one might surprise you. Alchemy Pay announced its partnership with Ripple. Now, this is pretty big news. It says here, Alchemy Pay, the world's leading crypto payment solution provider, announced a strategic partnership with Ripple to support access to fiat currency through Ripple USD or RLUSD, a stablecoin issued by Ripple Labs subsidiary Standard Custody and Trust Company. This support enables users in over 173 countries to seamlessly purchase RLUSD via Alchemy Pay's extensive fiat to crypto payment network. Now, just looking at this, it's a pretty big partnership. It's good news. It certainly allows further growth of RLUSD, and more importantly, a further bridge out of XRP. Now, when you start to peel the onion skin back, this is where it starts to become really interesting. You now have access from 173 companies to go and buy RLUSD. Well, we know RLUSD is being used on Hidden Road to support XRP OTC deals. In my opinion, by the way, this is only my opinion, and drop your comments down below, but in my opinion, this is where you start to see the whole ecosystem of Ripple, what they've built, start to come to fruition, because I think people are going to be able to go and buy RLUSD using Alchemy Pay, as well as I'm sure rolling out many different cryptocurrencies that then support an OTC for XRP, reducing the supply that Ripple hold, and therefore institutionalizing what we know to be true, which is XRP being a global payment system. This is, in my view, very strategic. I actually think they've had this dialed in for the longest time. I don't think this is the end. I think you're going to see loads of little on and off ramps coming that support both RLUSD and XRP. So the fact that 173 companies can now get in with both compliance, trust, liquidity, and much more is a big deal. I think it's really important, and it sort of piggybacks onto what we're seeing with all of these ETFs. Now, we know the Franklin Templeton was delayed, as we know many others are, probably looking for August. The SEC stuff's been delayed. I'm not surprised. It's pretty crazy out there, given everything going on with Israel, Iran, all that kind of stuff. But the fact of the matter is, though, the US Securities and Exchange Commission delayed making the decision regarding the XRP ETF filed by Franklin Templeton. Okay, US, you're just getting behind the times. Canada's goes live today. This will be very interesting. We're going to get a bit of a feel for what those XRP ETFs look like. Obviously, we've had ETPs in Europe, but the Canadian one could be very interesting. And therefore, in my view, we could actually see this expedite very quickly into even the middle of July before we then look for an August potential reissuing. So watch out. We're still kind of waiting for some of the big investors, Fidelity, BlackRock, all very others. But look, the fact that we're obviously seeing this Canadian XRP ETF could be very bullish. People are talking that this could be a big deal. $1,000 XRP on the cards. You know they love a price prediction. But we could see certainly some inflows. We could even see some strategic moves from Hidden Road. Could companies decide they want to get involved with this ETF? Could we see inflows like we saw in Bitcoin? Bear in mind, by the way, they're going to front run the US and well as many others. I know they're not exactly the same, but here, this could be a big deal. It does start trading today, and both equals off exposure to the native asset of the Ripple network, both in Canadian dollars and US dollars. So XRP here at the absolute forefront of it. And by the way, if you want to go and trade XRP as well as many other cryptocurrencies, check out my link with BitUnix, the new partner for the channel. We're offering you a brilliant bonus, $10 future bonus, limited to the first 200 people. And don't forget, this is no KYC, cheap fees, easy to use, all the indicators you're ever going to need, and available worldwide. If you deposit $100, you're going to get a $20 free bonus back, up to $1,000. We're going to give you $200 back to go and trade all of your favorite futures. And if you trade over $10 million, it's going to get you $1,000 back for free. So check out the link in the description for BitUnix, my new exchange partner, a brilliant exchange, which I highly recommend seeing what they got going on. So with all of that, it's even more bullish that the delay to June 17th, the SEC is inviting public comments on whether to approve or deny CBOE's proposal to list the FTR US XRP spot ETF. This is a pretty interesting statement. The reality is the SEC is kind of saying, look, do you guys want it? Is there enough investment weighting. Do people truly want to get involved with XRP ETFs? And I think what you're going to see is an overwhelming yes. And I think this is going to certainly play into both regulatory moves and, more importantly, what Ripple and XRP are going to build for the future. So, look, lots of very bullish news going on today for XRP. Lots of stuff happening. It feels like every single day we're talking about something more bullish when it comes to XRP. Right now, we are the channel you need to keep up to date with all the latest on XRP, as well as following me, by the way, on TikTok and on X, both links in the description. But until next time, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.